you get familiar with this, you should be able to figure them out. So on your own. So here's the story. How do you take this structure and figure out its formula to find out if you got it right? How do you expand it? Well, the first thing you do, this is the abbreviated structure. The first thing is you draw in the carbons. So there's an N with an H on it. What's that N? Let me draw that H a little more clearly. What atom goes here? All right, it corresponds to that corner up at the top there. That's a vertex. So that's a carbon atom. That's one of those invisible carbon atoms. So that's a carbon atom. The diagonal line to what atom? Another carbon. Down, straight down to an oxygen. Over to a carbon. Up to a carbon. Back to the nitrogen. So that's C4. All right. Now let's take these piece by piece. How many hydrogens go on this carbon atom? 2. How do you know it's 2? Because it already has 2 bonds. Carbon likes to make how many bonds? 4. So 2 are accounted for. 2 are unaccounted for. And that last rule was to add, sprinkle in hydrogens to where needed. So basically, that's a partial structure. And then let me draw it. I'm going to redraw it over here. The N and the H are already there. C, C, O, C, C, like that. So each of these guys picks up 2 hydrogens. And so you add, basically sprinkle in the hydrogens wherever you need them. How many hydrogens am I going to put on the oxygen? None. Why none? Because it's already making 2 covalent bonds. He needs his lone pairs, though, to be really fully correct. Likewise, this carbon gets 2 hydrogens. This carbon gets 2. We won't worry about where you put them for the moment. And that nitrogen's happy. So that now, let me draw that more neatly. This is the full molecule. This is the complete structure. And if you count it up, it's C4H 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, NO, and no charge. That's a biggie. There's a lot of pieces there. I'm going to do another one in a second, but before we do that, questions about that? Yeah. Oh, so on the molecular calculator you got it, but you didn't have the H's. That's totally fine. The molecular calculator doesn't show them. It knows they're there. So when you calculated the formula of that, it gives you the right answer. Again, it simplifies things, right? It makes it easier to draw, so you don't have to write in all those god-awful hydrogens, right? And all those carbons, it knows they're there. Because you know they're there when you learn this scheme of abbreviation. Let me show you the next one, just real quick. So this guy, there's a carbon. What's here? Below the oxygen. What's below the oxygen? A carbon. That's another vertex, another corner. So carbon, carbon, double bond oxygen. Nitrogen. What's on the ends of these lines? Carbons. That's the rule. Ends of lines are carbons. Hey, everybody, this is important stuff. How many hydrogens on that first carbon?